Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.stampinup.net. And today I'm here with a background stamp. I love our background stamps, I think they're beautiful. I'm using the Berry Harvest background stamp, which has created half of the pattern on this card. Let me show you how to do it. So this is Berry Harvest. As you can see, it's a full rectangle main background stamp, and then you've got the phases for all. So I'm going to be using this with this stamp. The one doesn't have any images, the other one doesn't have any sentiments, so it works really quite well together. Now, the key thing I find with background stamps is to not add the pattern on the background. The patterns are great on your others when you actually stick the sticky bit on there. But I like my background stamps to be flexible and to move, which means that by sticking the tacky bit on the back, sometimes makes them a bit rigid and hard, so I never put the background onto the big stamps. Now I've added this onto the biggest block that we do, huge, and it fits just perfectly. This is my card base, which is 10.5 centimetres by 14.8. And what I'm doing is I'm going in with my Memento ink, and you can see I'm just having a twist on it. I want it to get into all of the detail. There's so much detail in this set. You'll also notice that I've completely missed that top corner off. As I said, I'm not going to be using all of the stamp for this. I want this to look grungy so that I can add in my sentiment. So don't worry about it. Don't get overly pedantic about sticking it down on your card. You just want to get a little bit of the background on, just like that. Okay? And you don't have to worry that it's done half of a leaf or not half of a leaf. This is the desired effect with this card. Now you could have it landscape like that. I'm going to go with it portrait. So you just need to have a look at which sentiment you want to use, okay, and see which one will fit in. I'm going to go with All My Heart. Now, if you wanted to do this for a specific stamp and you actually you knew the size, you knew the dimension, measure that out on the stamp and then it would definitely work out for you. As it was, I hadn't decided at the time which one I wanted, so it didn't matter to me. And there you are, stamped it down with All My Heart. So you could go black and white and do this monochrome. It would look amazing. It would also take 2 minutes to do. So what I've decided to do is colour it in with my blends, but I'm not going to colour it in. Okay, you'll see what I mean. This is Lost Lagoon, light and dark. I love Lost Lagoon. I fell in love with this. And I'm going down the centre of all my leaves like I would do before I embark on a big blending project. Okay, and there we go. However, as I said, I'm not going to be blending this properly. So what I'm going to do instead is I am just going to go over the dark, but not all the way to the edges. This is going to be like a shading blend, all right? So you can see that I am not colouring the leaf in at all. I'm just going over and adding some colour to it. There's no way I'm going to the end. And I am just getting as much colour into the centre of that leaf just so it pops. Okay, there is nothing about blending that says you have to be specific, that you have to take hours to get a good effect. Don't get me wrong, I love blending. I'm going to colour this stamp in properly and do a background and do everything correctly, but you don't need to. Okay, this sometimes looks even more effective than if you'd have done that, and it just gives a pop of colour, which I think is really in now at the moment anyway. Lots of things seem to do colour splashes, so that's what I've done on this card. Okay, really quick, really simple, and because I have got that lovely effect where I'm half in and half out because I haven't stamped it full, it just works well for me, I feel. Okay, and how quick was that to do? Really quick. Those that are scared of colouring, that is a great effect to know and to learn. So then I'm going to be coming in, this is Fresh Freesia, okay, and I'm just adding exactly the same. I'm going over the top with my brush tip and I'm just adding a speck of colour onto the berries. Okay, I am not going into it fully. I'm not colouring all of it. And as you can see, I'm picking the pen up off the paper at the same time so that it does get that white and purple sort of feel about it, okay? And the reason it looks darker at the bottom is just because my light settings were more prominent at the top. They're the same colour all the way through, okay? And it's Fresh Freesia Light. So just get the colour on. And there you go, the berries all coloured in, the leaves all coloured in, ready to adhere onto the card base. How quick and simple was that? Honestly, these people who think you need to spend like half hour on a card, you can do, and they look amazing. But sometimes the quick and easy are just as effective. So here's my card base. I'm going to stick the card front on. It's the exact same size as the base below it, so it will sit flush to all of the sides. Okay, stick that down. And pretty much that's my card. Now I did decide to do a little bit of embellishments on it, but you could have left it how it is. I'm using the silver metallic effects and I'm just adding 3 dots underneath the sentiment here, okay? Just like that. With all my heart, 3 dots, so it just has a little bit of jazz at the end. What do you think? How quick and simple was that? Beautiful stamp set. Love it. Love the font on Phases for All, but Berry Harvest for me is a winner.